Hey everybody, it's Rebecca the Dietitian, and I'm here today in Rancho San Antonio
Yeah,
Park, Northern
Hey.
California. I'm visiting my brother, Carey.
Hey, how's it going?
And some of you have heard my story of growing up with kind of terribly unhealthy diet. He did too.
Come on, you drink Diet Coke.
Diet
That's
Coke, like
dietetic,
a
right?
Diet Coke
Yeah.
IV line. And Carey was diagnosed with type 1 diabetes when he was in 5th grade. I was in 3rd grade.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
We proceeded with even worse diet, like fake sugar everything. I mean,
It was totally healthy.
Really
no
terrible,
cancer,
yeah.
no cancer there.
So ironically, I went through the path I went through to become a dietitian, and my brother luckily married a woman who
Eats healthy.
taught him to eat really healthy.
Yeah.
So thank you, Milan, for teaching my brother how to stay alive. Well, Carey and I are out here hiking, and we're having a really interesting discussion on what happens to his blood sugar, because people with diabetes, especially type 1, are very interactive. They know exactly what's happening with their blood sugar. He has to check it multiple times per day. And
I have a sensor that shows the whole day on a graph.
awesome.
Yeah, so you can see what's going on all day.
So if anyone would know what happens in his body, when he eats different things and to the blood sugar, we thought we might give you some tips on how anybody could, especially a diabetic, manage their blood sugars better.
Sure.
So we came up with the top 3 tips of the things we were all discussing. So tip 1.
Fill up on vegetables. The vegetables have no sugar, so if I watch my graph of my blood sugar, I could eat a pound of kale, spinach, lettuce, and it does nothing. It just stays flat, like rises up very, very, very slowly, very slightly, and my basal rate insulin will more than cover it, right? In fact, just my basal rate, maybe it's set a little high. I would have to eat more than just vegetables to survive. I have to have some number of calories, per day. So tip number 1, you can eat all the vegetables you want, as long as they're not starchy vegetables, not a big pile of peas or whatever, but lettuce, and you get all this, you get all the nutrients from that, and you can have a giant plate of it. And so we were saying, like, when I eat lunch and I have a big salad for lunch, it takes me so long to eat this big salad. I'm chewing and chewing and chewing for like 40 minutes. By the time I hit the end, I'm full because I started 40 minutes earlier and it's all hit my system. And I haven't done squat to my blood sugar. So
you get to eat for an hour.
You get to eat for an hour. Awesome. By the time I'm done with that, I'm tired of chewing, and I certainly don't want to go eat anymore, and I won't go snack. And so it's a good, more lettuces and more, green leafy vegetables is more better.
So that would be like Brussels sprouts, asparagus, kale, lettuces, cauliflower.
Yeah, we eat a lot of kale, cauliflower.
All those
any
things.
of the lettuces are all totally fine.
Cruciferous, So, and also those happen to be your like nutrient powerhouses where you get the most vitamins and minerals. All of a sudden there's some bugs trying to eat
carrots.
us.
I mean, carrots have a little sugar, beets have a little sugar, but it's nothing compared to like a carb.
Pretty good.
Like a bread or something.
So what would be like tip number 2? We were talking about what is the absolute worst. That's the best you could do. What's the worst thing you could, like, what spikes your blood sugar like you can't even imagine?
Yeah, like Coke, Coke or
soda
or anything super sugary, right? But things that you wouldn't necessarily guess would be white rice. White rice is terrible. It like shoots your blood sugar up almost as fast as Coke. White bread, right? It's terrible. It tastes good. I'll still eat it, but I have to be prepared.
We both still love food.
Like, with extra insulin, at the ready.
Casseroles, Mom, we love you.
Brown. I've looked at the difference between white rice and brown rice. Brown rice is better. Any of the whole grains are better. Oats are pretty good. Oats last all day almost, and it's a very low slope to the raising of your sugar. So anything like that is good, but don't drink Coke.
So like cookies,
cookies
brownies,
are terrible.
Pie.
Brownies are terrible. Pie's even worse because it's filled with fruit. Boiled fruit. So
I imagine real fruit wouldn't be as bad as like pie, which is a bunch of sugar.
Yeah, because
and
it's sugar.
bread and
It's a
pastry
you know like a
crust.
pie has like fruit that's been boiled in sugar,
Yeah.
right? And
Yeah.
so like any fiber is probably gone. And I mean I'm not a food scientist, but
Yes.
it doesn't seem like the greatest thing to do.
So we love
You know.
desserts, but when you
Yeah.
do desserts, you actually have to produce. You have to
You have to be ready
give yourself
for it.
more insulin. And
Yeah.
what we would
Yeah.
have to do, if we're not adding insulin to our day, is potentially consider just eating something healthy with it. Like if you're going to have a big dessert,
True.
make sure you had a kale salad with some.
Yeah, if you have a bunch of fiber, along
Which is actually
with,
tip 3.
yeah,
Kind
if
of
you have-
going right into
That's
tip
right.
3, which
Yeah.
is like fiber. Add fiber.
Yeah, so if you have like a big salad and bread and meat or whatever, it's again your sugar rises much more slowly than if you just had the bread. So if you're looking for like more of a constant glucose and you still must have bread, have it with the salad and have it with the kale and
Gotta have cookie every
Yeah,
now and then.
that's
You
right.
know, we gotta live.
yeah. So
Enjoy
add some nuts or some fiber and try to minimize the like spike, right?
Yeah.
Anyway, I mean, hopefully that helps people. It certainly helps diabetics, but hopefully it helps regular
It helps
people
you too. It helps regular
Yeah.
people too. These tips are, it's just like sort of exaggerated in someone who's a diabetic, but in all of us it makes us feel better. It makes us have even energy.
Yeah.
It just, you don't
Like
get hungry as fast.
Yeah, I go skiing. If I have if I have oatmeal in the morning before I go skiing versus having a big like egg sandwich at McDonald's, like the oatmeal is far better.
Yeah.
Like I'm not hungry 2 hours
Yes.
later. I'm not cranky. Like my blood sugar is steady for hours after the oatmeal.
Yeah.
So that's like kind of it's helpful even if you're doing some sort of activity or something like that.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
Well, thank you so much for joining us. I hope you enjoyed meeting my brother Carey.
Yeah.
And do we look alike? A little
Yeah,
bit.
pretty much. Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm better looking.
All right. So thank you, Carey.
All right.
Thanks for
Thanks,
sharing.
everybody.
Bye, everybody. Have a good week.